this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
The Force fights with me!
Begin those gun turrets!
Bring her to me.
All Republic forces pull back!
It is too late to retreat, Admiral. There is no escape for us. You are strong, child, but I will break you.
I'll never fall to the dark side.
This is but a taste of the dark side.
Ki mulira kumking. Tong hitwa maakiin ko tune. Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira tilay kungka. Chiwi aita kachong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira. Tangi wamachiko na. Chiwa aita kan kicha na tupornibo. Kun mulira slimo poiwanga. Tangi wamaji yumachiwi aita kachong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira. Tangi wamachiko na. Ki mulira kumking. Tong hitwama agi inko tune. Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira tilay kungka. Kakincha na wabagaon. Bagwa siyang kontimat. Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira tilay kungka. Kakincha na wabagaon.
Oh, it's you again. I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization in triplicate, not me. Good hunting out there.
How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zahar. You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it. What? No, of course not. Not like that, anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy. Or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I have seen you give in to temptation and indulge your baser emotions on many occasions. I'm afraid you are on the path that leads to the dark side. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety. For it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this. But I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for. I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities that have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly? And how adept must one become at making excuses for one's actions if suffering is the result? How long before you stop making excuses at all? It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who succumb to the lure of the dark side and join their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause? To use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side, but I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
Ako pa, Diego pa. Gino Mulirag. Kachikun idahadonga. Iking kuno ba mulirachikun. Slimodo na rundihodunga kuhunka. Gino ba the one ni Dibo? Ikukuno no ba mulirachikun. Tongi kun. Si gratulo da pograshi oni un compa cintono muchuba. Lora ita kun. Ita patisa batua kachatutonga. Kachikun ida hodonga. Iking kuno ba mulirachikun. Slimo podona rundi hodunga. Jedo ba the one ni Dibobo? Tong na bungsha nunya. Tong batukas magtalea. itanandayata. Wata yuma wamahuhunadetek. Shatung patoga. Wanakusde ching pata kung justak miki grabul mogo. Kachichu ita podunga. Dolbank wale oganda naru chuchut. Molisha ponka bola wana chikne. Mule slimo jedabado wana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha nununya. Dong padukas magdalea. Ronda di hotonga kun hanggabi. Wan kun bes ching palamule tongking ba nunut. Achuta. Wonga kun bis dolpi kikuyana. Dong patugas magdelea. Ronda di hotonga kun hanggabi. Wana kun bes ching palamule tongking ba nunutek. Togning chatukunne mule rabes.
Mucho shakapaka.
Tolpa da pongwale gando na guguchuchut. Tapadum ku pilio botenya. Bonanay kuchu. Awaga posga chugola. Mucha shagpanka.
Tipuna. Bona nakichu.
Takom justak miki grapol moko. Kachi ita hodunga.
Dong abuk shami no nok. Dong ki ba non tontek. Selimo wanga kumbiking.
Tong hai tuam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tito. Dolpa da pongwale gando na chuchut. Kachi chu ita du.
How can I help? Why? I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others, especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris prove that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission, and there is little left to chance when the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you? I said we were brought together for our mission, to stop Malak. I hardly think the Force would be pushing us toward a romantic involvement when the fate of the galaxy is at stake. Please try to stay focused. I doubt the Council would approve if they knew we were busy discussing our mutual attraction when we should be saving the galaxy from Malak. Mutual attraction? I never said... It's just an expression. Whatever our feelings... whatever your feelings, you'll have to try to ignore them. Don't let this complicate things. Finding missing pieces of the star maps is our only hope of locating the Star Forge and defeating Malak. The Council explained all this quite clearly. I admit, there were times that I wondered if this is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities. I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest. I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were. As the Council explained, sending a Master in our group would only have drawn unwanted attention from the Sith. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. The Council wouldn't risk it merely to test me. They calculated the risks, and in the end chose the only option available. You must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when its appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient. Must you be so frustrating? I admit I had a moment of foolish pride, but I'm over it. Now I am focused on my true responsibilities. I'm simply trying to help you and complete this mission, and yet you battle me at every turn. Fun? Fun? Driving me insane is your idea of a good time? You are a very odd man. Do you know that? I simply don't know how to deal with you. All I want to do is help you, but you seem determined to drive me mad. I don't know if I should be outraged that you keep joking about serious matters, or if I should be grateful that you can always lighten the mood. Come on, come, let's move on. There's much to be done.
You must not fail in your mission. Find the star maps that lead to the Star Forge. This is the only way to stop Malak and his Sith followers. You and Bastila are the galaxy's last desperate hope.
But beware the dark side. Bastila will guide you, but she herself is young and new to the ways of the Jedi. You must help her as much as she helps you.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all. Qualification. I suspected that it was Master, but without memory, I had no way of knowing whether or not I knew that was true. Qualification. Not so much, Master. I spoke out of ignorance. I assumed the Ithorian was responsible for my memory loss. That does not mean I am not a fully loyal droid willing to serve its master. Right, Master? Answer. There have been numerous repairs and tampering made to my system, Master. Several systems are not operating as they should be. The fact that my memory is incomplete may be due to meatbag incompetence, or something else I am unaware of. Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however. Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill and repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated. but I am unaware of any program existence to do so. Conjecture. There may be hidden programming that awaits certain conditions to reactivate my memory core, Master, but there is no way to know. It is quite possible that tampering has simply erased my core permanently. If that is so, a meatbag will surely pay. Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful. Observation. I am sure you are aware of the majority of my skills, Master. I can handle various sorts of heavy weaponry with ease. My physical abilities are well above those of your average meatbag, as are my sensor functions. An assassin, if you would. Caution. Shh, Master. Such a function in a droid is highly illegal. Commentary. Good, for I would truly hate to be turned into spare scrap, Master. That would be a waste of my genius engineering. Answer. My assassination functions are currently non-functional, having been deactivated by Meatbag, Yukalaka on Tatooine. Were they functional, you as my master would be able to specify a target, and I would operate independently to the best of my ability to terminate it. Answer. Not that I know of, Master. I still possess all my normal combat and stealth abilities, however. Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated. Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master. Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude. Negatory. No, Master. You are not a droid, however, and therefore your skills are limited by the physical capabilities of your meatbag extremities, or some such. Appeasement. Yes, Master. Of course, Master. Could we begin? Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. Now close the last panel. I am afraid the operation did not succeed, Master, though it was a valiant attempt for a meatbag. Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere. As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off.
Oh, it's you again. I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization and triplicate, but not me. Good hunting out there.
Extrapolation. This guard doesn't appear honored to have the job of greeting us. Translation. Translation. He will take us before the chieftain, as he was instructed to do. Translation. He did not expect us to return, Master. He wonders if we have brought the moisture evaporators. Translation. Translation. He does not trust you, Master, but you have done more than any other outsider. They will not attack, and he grants you his chieftain's gaffy as reward. Translation. The attacks will be reduced, and he will allow you to explore this enclave, but be warned that any lack of respect will result in death. Protocol. If you truly want this sadly peaceful arrangement to continue, be careful of what you ask. Translation. Translation. He says that what you seek is far from here in the eastern Dune Sea. He will give you a map so you can find your way. Translation. His people found it but didn't scavenge it because the Krayt dragon took up residence in the excavation. Translation. Translation. Your ignorance isn't his concern. He claims there is a hunter that wanders the area sometimes and that you should ask him. Translation. The hunter hunter is a Twi'lek. He will be in the Eastern Dune Sea somewhere. Protocol. This will be a very sensitive topic, Master. You will want to be careful with your questions or risk offending him. Not that that is much of a worry. Translation. Translation. He says that he will not, Master. There is one storyteller in each clan, and only he may recite the histories. Translation. Translation. He says that you don't understand. They must never be told to someone who might say them incorrectly out of ignorance. Translation. To speak them in error is a blasphemy punishable by death. Only their greatest warriors are even permitted to listen to the tales. Translation. Translation. He doesn't know, Master. His people usually kill outsiders. Since you are an outsider yourself, that would not suffice. Translation. The greatest challenge for a warrior is to face a Krayt dragon, the largest predator on Tatooine. Fight one of those, and bring back a dragon pearl. Discuss. I think he's making fun of you, Master. He doesn't believe an outsider could do such a thing. Translation. Translation. He says there is a dragon in the Eastern Dune Sea that you could sacrifice yourself to. You already have a map to the area. Translation. There is a hunter, a Twi'lek, that is sometimes seen out there. Perhaps he would be of some help. Translation. Translation. Stones polished in the gullet of the beast. Apparently they are valuable items. Protocol. We should not keep him long. It is an insult to take too much of his time. Unless the plan is to blast him when you are done, of course. Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
donga ikin kuno pamuleratikun slimo podona rundio dunga ku kabe Muchashak pakat Kieno no namapaule rachikun Runda di hotonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Kachikun ida hodonga Iking kuno ba mulerachikun Slimo podona rundi hodunga kunkabe Jedabatuana ni di bobo Tong nabungsha nununya Tong patukasmak talea Runda di hodonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Kachikun ida hodonga Ikin kuno pamuleratikun Slimo podona rundi hodunga kunkabe Runda di hodonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking pa nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Kachikun ida hodonga Ikin kuno pamuleratikun Slimo podona rundi hodunga kunkabe Runda di hodonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Kachikun ida hodonga Ikin kuno pamuleratikun Slimo podona rundi hodunga kunkabe Runda di hodonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Kachikun ida hodonga Ikin kuno pamuleratikun Slimo podona rundi hodunga kunkabe Runda di hodonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Kachikun ida hodonga Ikin kuno pamuleratikun Slimo podona rundi hodunga kunkabe Runda di hodonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Kachikun ida hodonga Ikin kuno pamuleratikun Slimo podona rundi hodunga kunkabe Jedabatuana ni di bobo Tong nabungsha nununya Tong patukasmak talea Runda di hodonga kun hankabi Ona kun bez ching palamule Tungking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulerabes Muchashak pakat Kieno no namapaule rachikun 아주다. 뭔가 군 비스톨 아주다. 뭔가 군 비스톨.
What can I do?
What?
제대로 와는 이디보보. 동나봉샤 누누냐? 동바투가시 막달래야. 돈의 포도 라는 우프라타 또고 시르카자 좀 나비게. 난 다이아다. 와다 유마 와마 호호나득득. 아 셔뚱니 바토가. 원구스베 칭 발라몰레 동게. 제대로 와는 이디보보. 동나봉샤 누누냐? 동바투가시 막달래야. 론다 디호tonga kun hangkabi. Wan kun bes ching balamule tungking ba nunodek. Tugning chatukune mulerabes. Muchachak bakat. Kino no damapaule rachikun.
Statement. I believe there can be little doubt that we have found the star map you were seeking. I am surprised it is still working after all this time.
I do not think it is mere chance that we have found the star map here, in the lair of a Krayt dragon. The star map is an artifact of the dark side. The Krayt dragon may have been drawn here by its dark power, and enslaved by it. Come, we should leave this place. There's nothing else for us here.
I have to give you credit. You've led me on quite a chase, but nobody gets away from Calo Nord in the end. You got lucky on Terrace. The Sith attack saved you from a quick and gruesome death. But I promise you, the Sith won't be getting in my way this time. Let's go, boys. It's showtime.
What can I do?
Acknowledgement! Powering weapons.
I'm here.
Acknowledgement.
Yes?
What can I do?
Ready.
Yes?
Query. What do you wish to ask of him, Master? Clarification. We must be more specific, Master. They capture many organics. Translation. Translation. He says that the captive Jawas are slaves and that they have lived past their usefulness. You may take them if you wish. Protocol. We should not keep him long. It is an insult to take too much of his time. Unless the plan is to blast him when you are done, of course. Protocol. This will be a very sensitive topic, Master. You will want to be careful with your questions or risk offending him. Not that that is much of a worry. Translation. Translation. You have been told that to be considered worthy of hearing the histories, you need to bring him a dragon pearl from a Krayt dragon. Translation. He says the discussion is closed until you fulfill this condition. He thinks you are just making fun of his traditions. Translation. Translation. He is stupefied, Master. He never thought you could return with such an item. Such a thing has not been done in many years. Translation. He will allow you to meet the storyteller, but also gives a warning. If you dare to repeat the histories incorrectly, you will be killed. Translation. The storyteller will be summoned to one of the rooms here in the Enclave. He seems to think this is a great honor for you, Master. Translation. Translation. He says that the fact that you have to ask, this is just one more example of your ignorance as an outsider, Master. He says you are blind. Translation. His people believe they are part of the land, living with it. You and your kind dare to raise yourself above it. You remove yourself. Translation. That act of removal makes you an outsider, separate from all that is important. You could never understand how unwelcome you are. Translation. Translation. We are free to leave. Translation. He identifies himself as the storyteller, Master. He has been told of your warrior skills and will speak the history to you. Translation. Translation. He doesn't know what an outsider will gain. His people learn a sense of their importance in the world. Each generation must speak the tales of all the previous. Translation. A book or datapad can be taken away, cheapening the value of what it contains. To commit it to paper or storage is to remove it from the people. Translation. Translation. You may choose to hear the history, or you may choose not to. Their history is a single entity that cannot be partitioned. Translation. The only exception is in continuing the tales once they have begun. If you leave, when you return, he will continue from where he left off. Translation. Translation. It begins with the ancient times. They were not sand people, for there was no sand. The land was green with life, and they walked without wrappings. Translation. Though the land was beautiful, they lived apart from the land. They built their walls high and saw beyond the horizon. They dared to reach the stars. Translation. There are no words for how long ago this was. It was before the outsiders, before the abduction, before the cities fell, before the builders. Cautionary. I should warn you, Master, that any questioning of their interpretation may be seen as trying to change the meaning of what was said. Clarification. They may consider this to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for. Obedient. I will ask whatever you wish, Master. Translation. Translation. His arrogant people touched the stars, and this sin drew the attention of the builders. The builders did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. Translation. Great demon of metal stripped the world of its riches until all that was left was the green of the ground. The great cities were lifted away. Translation. Those that used the wealth were taken along with it. Transgressors abducted to serve past the sky, seeding the stars with penitent, adaptable slaves. Translation. Translation. There came a time when the builders were also judged for their crimes. After generations, a plague weakened them, and the time of the Great War began. Translation. The builders faltered, and his people realized why they had been punished, so that they understood the crime, and would now strike down the greater offender. Translation. They worked chaos in the machines, so they destroyed themselves. The builders fought back, laying waste to the green that had been misused with fire from above. Translation. Soil became glass, grinding to sand, but the fight was long planned, and his people were safe. Deep in cave homes carved from valley wall, they were free. Translation. Editing, if I may, Master. This section of his tale details several millennia of the Long Walk, their nomadic wanderings as they accept their identity in the desert world. Rather than strain my circuits on his dialect, might we just assume there was much fighting over who has the biggest bantha and move on to more recent things? Resignation. Very well, Master. Translation. The tribes spread far distant from each other. All the sand people and all cherish the land that remains. The sand would not be misused. Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again. Outsiders like you had brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation. These outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted. Translation. So it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again, time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine. Edited. The last 1,000 years are full of conflicts with different groups of attempted planetary settlers, all of whom are poorly described, long dead, and likely untraceable. I believe I have truncated it down to the usable bits in what was already said. I hope it is enough, Master. Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for. Clarification. The occupying force suffered some sort of species-wide plague that lowered their numbers over time. His people used this extended weakness to sabotage their larger ships. The response of the builders appears to have been to lay waste to the entire surface of Tatooine. Doubting. They didn't, Master. They struck a blow. But the storyteller only believes they won because the builders were gone when they emerged from their caves. That does not mean they defeated anyone. It seems clear that the builders simply sterilized their problem and left. The enemy judged them not worthy to fight. Clarification. I may not have properly conveyed how long they fought with the builders. Given time, any number of armaments could destroy a world. Hypothesis. Perhaps this is another distortion. Their climate may have begun to fail due to their unrestrained development even before the builders arrived. Looking back thousands of years later, such a shift could easily be attributed to the much-hated conquerors. Doubting. They didn't, Master. They struck a blow. The storyteller only believes they won because the builders were gone when they emerged from their caves. That does not mean they defeated anyone. Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for. Impatience. Master, I refuse to inconvenience you with this. He spouted names of petty tribal fights in deserts so distant they might as well be across the galaxy. Really, Master, I'm sure it's important to him, but it has nothing of value that you could ever put to use. Clarification. I believe they were occupied by this technologically superior species for a substantial period. Stripping an entire planet of usable resources would have taken generations. were examples of the worst of his kind, arrogant and uncaring of the land. Doubtful, Master, this is just another distortion due to their demonization of the builders. It's like claiming an aspect of his people were taken, not actual individuals. Clearly, history has colored his view. Of course, only the inferior meatbags were taken. The remaining were his ancestors, after all. They must have been special. Obvious. The same reason Zerka Corporation is attempting it now. Expanding empires need tremendous amounts of resources. Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. Clarification. It would appear that they once had a thriving technologically advanced society, but were wiped out by a much more sophisticated alien species. Translation. Translation. He only understands the builders as an iconic force meant to test the resolve of his people. He is not making sense, Master. Clarification. They claim their stories are repeated unchanged, but they have demonized these builders. In their minds, they wreaked such havoc they could not possibly be flesh and blood. Cautionary. Master, this line of questioning may be interpreted as attempting to change the story. Negative. I am no library, but since there is no Republic record of this planet having sentient life before Zerka colonization, I doubt you will find such evidence. Doubting. I don't believe he can, Master. Even if their stories are exact and unchanged, it is likely they were first told thousands of years after these events occurred. This has become very much like a creation myth for his people. There is no date. It simply was. Obedient. I will ask whatever you wish, Master. Translation. Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all the sand people and all cherished the land that remained. The sand would not be misused. Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again, outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation. These outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, a time when they too walked apart from land. Translation. So it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. Clarification. They appear to hate humanity with a passion, only rivaled by their hatred of the builders. For some reason, you resemble what they once were. Perhaps there is a lingering fear that you are their tainted selves returning from exile among the stars. Cautionary. Master, if you mean to suggest that humanity is ancestrally linked to ancient Tatooine, you will strain his belief system to its pit of translation. Cautionary. As expected, he is claiming you have committed blasphemy. Warming blasters, combat is inevitable.
You, please, have you reconsidered? I must sell this desert raid plate, but I have no license. Can you help? It's the bone plate from the head of the desert raid. My husband was so proud when he found it. He had just started hunting. He said he felt sure the next hunt would bring in more, so we waited to sell this one. Then he never came back. Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits. You will? Oh, thank you so much. Please, I know it's worth at least 500 credits. Oh, thank you. I hope it is enough. You've been a great help. I appreciate it. My children will too.
Thank you for helping this woman. It may not seem like such a great thing to you, but you are making a difference.
For whatever it means, may the Force be with you. You saved us.
Greetings again from the offices of Zerga Corporation. Is this about bounties or something else? I see that, but do you have the all-important chieftains, Gaffy? That was what you agreed to get for us. Well, that is a very big headache that you've removed. I'm sure there are still sand people out there, but they'll be quieter now. I think I'll give you a bonus for this. You've more than lived up to your side of the bargain. Zerga Corporation thanks you. I think you'll find that the reward I've given is more than adequate for the task. No more is deserved. I'm sure. Zerga Corporation thanks you again. Greetings again from the offices of Zerga Corp. Of course, you've done a good job for us, and I'm happy to pay you. Farewell. Zerga Corporation welcomes your future inquiries.
I heard what you did out on the dunes. I'm impressed. I never thought a tenderfoot like you could bring down a dragon. Again? Well, if you want to waste your day, that's your business, I guess. If that's what you want. Not sure what you hope to get out of me, though. Easy now, I'm not looking for a fight. This is a friendly place to gather. You're kidding, right? This really isn't worth the headache. How about I just leave? Here, take my seat. Every ship that lands brings a new hotshot. I don't have the time.
Baso, Kino Molirani Dubo, Tonkin Ba. Baba Hasa.
이쿠쿠노 노바 물리라지 군 동희 군 전칭 내 보보제 맞다 내 분나게 돌비 기규하나 Takom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Kuyami jus chikata na patogaya fuki kokogala chichi. Kawana botatagwa. Kagidora tikun watatimona iya bola. Mucho shak bakat. Kieno no namabaule rachikun. Ronda di hotonga kun hangkabi. Wana kun pes ching balamule. King ba nunotek. Tugning chatukun e mulerapes. Achuta. Ponga kun bistolpi kikuyanna. Tong tugas maktelea.